friends. This is Sandeep Singh, as you know, host of this program. So we started our webinar with this session, Mr. Arun Chatlanga, which was expectation management. And then from expectation means it results into conflicts. If conflicts are not managed, then there is a result of stress. So here now we have got one of the best facilitators, MS.SHAMPA. She is going to tell us how to win over the stress. Shampa, over to you, please.
Thank
And
you so much.
I'm so sorry, Shampa. One most important thing, dears, friends, what we are going to do today is that when Shampa is going to ask a question, please post on a group chat. We'll definitely, address those questions one by one. है ना? Fine. Shampa,
Thank
please,
you so much,
over to
Sandeep,
you.
for introducing me, and a warm welcome to each one of you on this Tuesday evening. Uh, yes, all of you know my name by now. So, and of course, I chose this stress management session uh, simply because I thought that this is more relevant in the current times that we are living in. So before I start the session or even talk about what is going to be happening, I would like to know from each one of you as to your expectation from this session. So since I met Inderjeet for the first time, Inderjeet, what is your expectation from this session? Inderjeet, please unmute yourself and
Yeah.
share. Yes,
Are you able to hear me, Shampa?
absolutely. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. Good evening to all. Now, what basically I'm looking for in the stress management is we all know that these are very difficult times for the past month and all because of this COVID. So, lot of stress because early we were not finding a lot of time with the family. Now that we are here with all the families, with our children around, so all of us are into a lot of stress with regard to coping up with the family and cope with outside with no job. So I am looking in the sense that how to overcome this particular stress. So let's
Wonderful.
what you have in store, and then we'll. Are we allowed to ask questions in between?
See, I would request you to put the questions in the chat box so that Sandeep will keep a record, and we will definitely. I will stop pause in between the sessions for you to
Sure,
ask the questions and answer them.
sure, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Okay, kindly mute yourself. Thank you so much. Yes, so Kavita has posted in the chat box that she also wants to understand the practical techniques to manage anxiety and stress. So thank you so much. I will definitely try and address that. Uh, so there is Mr. Shoman Bagchi.
Yes.
Bagchi, good evening, sir. What is your
Good evening.
expectation from this session today?
First of all, I'd like to let the section on. So, what all questions are there in my mind? If it is been answered, it is okay. Otherwise, I'll put my question into the chat box.
So any one expectation, any one key
Expectation is of course it's around 2 months we are at home, and a lot of things are in my mind, and so practically we cannot go out for the job and all. So it's a stressful situation. So how to overcome this stress? I'd like to get the feel of it.
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you so much, Mr. Bakchi. Kindly go on mute. Mr. Abhishek Sengupta. Mr. Abhishek Sengupta.
Yes, Shampa. Am I
Sir,
audible to you?
you are audible but invisible.
Okay. Just a moment.
Am I just seeing a pair of feet?
But I don't know. Yeah, am I visible now?
Am I visible now?
Yes, Abhishek. Yes. Please tell me, what is your expectation from this session?
My primary expectation from the session is, there was a question which I had in mind is stress due to uncertainty. A lot of people are talking about. I can understand that there is a stress due an uncertainty which has happened during this period. But isn't there stress all the time? That's one. And the second question is, if there is a stress due to uncertainty, can we convert it into a positive stress to leapfrog forward in our careers?
Absolutely. That's a great question, and I hope to answer that during the course of the next 1 hour and maybe a little more than that. So, thank you so much. I have a few questions on the chat box. Varsha says, how to deal with children anxiety. That's wonderful. Srini says, for trainers now, a lot of uncertainty about the future assignments. It's a great stress how to handle this. Srini, Sandeep, I would request you to kindly make a record of these questions so that we can keep it up and ensure that I answer them. But Srini,
Doing that.
please
But
come on.
no, I'm doing that.
Thank you. Srini, sir, I will answer your question right now that whatever we are doing, whatever Honeybee and many other trainer groups are doing, sharing the knowledge, sharing talent, and sharing whatever the best possible knowledge or whatever talent that we are carrying within us, that is itself the investment that we are looking at, because once lockdown is over and we are able to and companies go back to their normal their the new renewed normalcy, we would be able to get assignments hopefully, and that's what all of us are hoping and praying for. So yes, I will address this in another way, just as Abhishek had asked a question: is uncertainty, can we look at it in a positive manner? Well, I will try and answer that. Uh, as a lot of there's from Mr. Shetty, as there is a lot of scope for me to give time to family. On the other hand, I have I guess engaged in office work in this current scenario, so a lot of stress. I completely understand your problem, and I will try and answer that. Mr. DS, I don't know if it's male or female. Please forgive me for that. Instead of stress, being more mindful and uh, look at abundance in everything we have. I think you are giving a solution. Thank you so much. So let us start the session. Okay, the session begins with a corner and okay. So what are we looking at in the session today? So we will define and understand what stress is or what stress is not. Because there has been a lot of words that has come up: uncertainty, anxiety, fear, and so on and so forth. So we'll understand that. We will understand during the course of the session. Shrikant, please mute everybody. What happens in the mind, body, and feelings of stress, when in stress? We will also try to find how to prevent us and others from getting into stress or stress overwhelming us. Last but not least, as some of our participants wanted, how do we cope with this stress? How do we recover from this stress if we are overwhelmed? So these are the core or the highlights of the session, and of course I will try to answer the other questions that has come up or that might come up. So my first question, it's an activity. So I would request each one of you to use the chat box to pen down as to, I'm sure all of you have gone through stress in your life. Okay, and let me tell you that from my personal experience, let me tell you that stress is something that everybody goes through. And in my experience of 22 years, I have seen stress at a multitude of levels where people, driving home, who have to drive to the hospital, get admitted, and they said you are stressed. People were not being able to. They were having lunch, and suddenly, they fall sick and they could not eat anymore, and we had to hospitalize the employee. We were since I was the employee engagement lead, we were playing cricket on a winter morning on 3rd of Jan 4 years ago. And this guy, 32 years old, he just collapsed and we had to rush him to a hospital. And over the next 2 years, he had to have implanted 6 stents. He is doing well today, but Pratap needs to lead a very regulated kind of a life. I personally have gone through stress where, as some of you said, there is so much to do. And the higher you grow up in the hierarchy, and of course, if you are a poor performer, you have a different kind of a stress. If you are a good performer, you have a different kind of a stress because all the work in the world comes to you. And of course, you have your personal stuff to deal with. But then I have overcome that stress, and I would like to share with you how have I done it in real life. Uh, if that helps any one of you also, I will be more than happy. So my question to each one of you is, when you feel stressed, what happens to you? Or when have you feel stressed in your life? Can you please put in the chat box? Can you please write it? Everybody, Shrikant. With the fear when I'll not be anymore, who will take care of the family? Amazing, wonderful, yes. In one word, when have you felt stress? I cooked dal with my family and they didn't like it. I feel stressed. Okay, okay. I can meet the perceived and expectations and can reduce the results. Okay, so expected results not happening. You feel stress, Shoma. Okay. A lot of things to do in a short amount of time. Okay. Restlessness. Yes, thinking about the future. What else stresses you? Financial stress. Any situation where you have to go beyond the comfort zone, irritated. Uncertainty, flow of income, bosses. Okay, yes, good answer. What else? When have you felt stress situation? When? What has happened that has stressed you? When home loans getting unpaid. Okay, yes. When expectations are too much from you. Yes. What's your name? When expectations, I do not know the name, but that's a wonderful answer. Wonderful. Normal situation unexpectedly changes. Yes, very good answer. When things don't get worked out, when there is work and I'm not being able to do anything, things don't go the way I want. Amazing responses, and thank you so much. Yes, you guys are absolutely right. So let's see what is, when do we feel stressed? Stress is there in our daily life. Stress happens when there are major life incidents, like even when you get married, what will happen? Expectation from others. When there is a childbirth, there is stress. When there are, when there is somebody at home unwell, a child falls unwell at home, you feel stressed. When there is chronic stresses, like frustration, like today, whatever is happening. So we are not into the chat box now. So we are in the presentation mode, please. So when old people, parents, grandparents, you have to take care of them. Yes, mismanagement of finance. Yes, absolutely. When relationships, expectation from each other, between couples, between friends, that causes stress. Somebody said boss. Yes, absolutely right. Somebody even gets bullied, and that causes a lot of stress. So much to do, and you don't know what to do. You're completely messed up. And daily stressors. What kind of daily stressors? Like just somebody said, I cooked something and it did not go right. You go out today, we are not being able to go, but otherwise when you are driving in traffic and you get stuck, you're late for a meeting, you are wanting to log in into a WebEx and there is connectivity issue. So there is a lot of stress. Yes, discipline. When you're in discipline, I will come to that question. I missed out on your name, but yes, I will come to that question. how discipline can actually help. So yes, so we are stressed on a day-to-day level, uh, when there are dramatic changes in our life and so on and so forth. But trust me, friends, stress may not always be negative. Sometimes some situations can also be motivating. For example, one of our participants said that can this uncertainty be looked upon as a positive way? Yes, you can. Pick it up as a challenge. How to do that we will discuss today. A child is restless at home. There's a lot of anxiety with the child to do that. Look it upon in a present way, because I'm sure a lot of our participants are parents, and nobody can say that I'm an expert, because a parent is an expert till yesterday. Today the child will behave in a different way, and of course you will have to find out innovative methods to deal with or the mood. So stress to be motivated. So please put everybody on mute, Shrikant. So let's see. Now we have heard a lot of words. So let us understand stress is or what stress is not. Firstly, we heard the word anxiety. Now, what is anxiety? It is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or uneasy about something with an uncertain outcome in future. So, somebody like the situation that we are currently in. What will happen to our business? We don't have business, so there is a financial insecurity. What will happen to us? Will we be able to overcome this financial distress? Will I be able to continue with my home loan that is going on? I personally, for example, for the last 7 months, standing on a zero income, anxiety. So something that you are doing today, will it actually reach the outcome that you are looking at? Couple of people joining me. That's the sound disturbing as well. That's okay. So she can't just keep telling. Okay, so that's anxiety. What is fear? Fear is a reaction to current events about to happen in the immediate present. I'll give you two simple examples. One is an exam fear. We as students or your children in the current scenario, they study the whole year or the last 2 months, but just before the exam they go blank and they start crying, they throw up
Uh,
and
Excuse me.
Excuse
me. Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Your voice is going lower whenever you are releasing your microphone.
Microphone. Okay, I keep that in mind. Thank you so much.
Please
Thank
maintain
you.
a certain level.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, fear. So the example of fear that I gave is when your child who have studied all through the year or maybe for a decent period of time, but just before exam feels that he is blank. He doesn't know what is going to happen tomorrow, and he won't be able to pass, and he just wails and he throws up. And the similar reaction, even when we were young in our student days, I am sure some of us would have gone through that kind of a situation just before exam. So that is fear. Another kind of fear, COVID-19, the fear that is there all over. My next door neighbor has got an infection and has been admitted, or is no more. He has succumbed to coronavirus. Will it happen to me? What will happen to me? I start cleaning my house 5 times a day and I automatically get stressed. Okay, that's another kind. That's fear. Depression. Then comes depression. A lot of people are going through depression. But what is depression? Depression is when you fail to cope with the expectations that you have with your own self. When you fail for yourself or fail with yourself from your own expectations, that's depression. Then what is stress? Stress occurs when we are not being able to meet expectations that others have in us. And that's something Abhishek had pointed out. So that causes stress. I have a question here. Now that we know the difference of the various kinds of emotions that we go through and put them in the four houses of anxiety, fear, depression, and stress. Please open your chat boxes and tell me in which of these houses people mostly live. Yes, anxiety. Ishan Chakraborty, thank you so much. In which of these four houses people mostly live? So anxiety again, stress again. It is anxiety and fear. User to everyone. I do not know the name. A wonderful answer. Atanu, anxiety. That's right. Anxiety, fear. Depends for me. Invasion, anxiety, stress. Okay, okay, okay. Anybody else? Which of these houses people mostly? Yes, situational. Completely agree, Mr. Shomo Chandra. But according to you, in which of these worried? So that's anxiety. Yes, worried can be fear. Yes, anxiety and fear. Thank you so much, Bhushali. Absolutely right. It is mostly in anxiety and fear that most of the people live. And you will be surprised to know that there is something called anxiety disorder that is a resultant of significant amount of anxiety and fear people harbor in themselves. And most, Shrikant, please mute everybody. Yes, fear and anxiety, Prerna, you're absolutely right. As a result of which, fear and anxiety are the, and but people when they go to the counselors and psychologists or psychotherapists, they go that I am stressed. But when they are spoken to through the sessions, it is found that it is the anxiety disorder that they are actually suffering from. But the sad part of the story is if this gets continued, if anxiety and fear gets continued over a period of time, what happens? It leads to lack of confidence. And lack of confidence will automatically lead to, you failing in your own benchmarks. It can be a student with respect to exam. If you're constantly living in fear, we will see what happens. So, and of course, when you do that, you fail in your own expectations, and of course, automatically a time will come when you fail in expectations which others have it. So that is how a prolonged level of negative emotions can finally lead to stress, which is not good for our body, mind, emotion, or soul. Moving on, I missed on that chat box. What was the comment, please, Sandeep? We have conveyed to the facilitator.
It's okay. It's okay. Shampa, please carry on. Don't worry. I'm
Okay,
taking
fine.
that.
Okay, thank you so much. So, I don't know what's. Yeah. So let me share a story with you. Flight and fight mechanism. I will ask a question to you, and please again use your chat box to answer it. The story goes like this: like we live in India, and of course this is same for the most of the countries in the world, I believe. But since we are Indians, I would stick to India. So my question is: government under normal circumstance allocates its budget. Again, there is a stipulated budget, there's a limited budget for a year. What are the areas in which government allocates its budget for any year in general? What are the top 3 or 4 areas where government allocates its budget in a normal year or year on year, especially India? Defense, yes. Army, railways, top 3. Health, education, defense, wonderful. Infrastructure, absolutely right. Agriculture, amazing. Thank you. I think, yes, absolutely. I've got my answers, and you guys are so amazing. Thank you for the response. Health is lowest, but yeah, but they definitely, health is definitely one of the key areas of investment. So yes, so you are right. So in a normal situation, these whatever you are saying and some more are the key areas where government allocates its funds for the development of the nation and its people. However, when we face a crisis like the one which we are facing for the last 2 months in India, do you think which is the area where most of the funds and the allocations are going in? No, Pita, we are not talking about that. Uh, so, which is the area in the current scenario? Yes, IG, you're right. It's health. Its health is the key area where the focus is right now, along with defense. Yes, absolutely right. Yeah. So, do others agree as well? Yes, Mr. Anindya Banerjee, you are right. It is health, employment, replacement, compensation. Yes. But it is mostly health of the citizens of the country that the government is allocating most of the funds. Not just that, government is asking people to raise funds as well. However, yes, there are other allocations also, that are happening. The point that I am trying to make is that the allocations that was stipulated to go into health, education, infrastructure, employment, and all other things that you said, can that be done in the same manner in the current scenario? Or more of the allocation will actually come to health? I am sure you will agree that most of the allocation or the funds will be diverted to health, and there would be allocation which will be cut to a certain extent. Absolutely, that is the priority. The priority right now is the health of the citizens of the country. Most it will go into health, and there would be a cut in the allocations in budget in the rest. As a result of which, some of the projects are likely to get delayed. Some of the projects are likely to get postponed for maybe next year, and so on and so forth. The same thing happens. So this is a unnatural situation and not a natural situation that we are talking about. In the same manner, when our body faces an emergency in the form of a negative emotion, may it be anxiety, may it be fear, may it be depression or stress that matter, you will be surprised to know, and this is pure science, 40% of the blood in our body. Okay, before I proceed, our body at any point in time carries about 5 to 6 liters of blood, which flows to the different organs of the body to cleanse it, replenish it, for each of the organs to function optimally. But whenever any of these four negative emotions happen to us, 40% of the blood goes to the muscles automatically by the natural mechanism of the body. The body mechanism is such that 40% of the blood straight away goes to all your muscles. Why? Because body gets you ready to either no voice audible. Mr. Anil Singh, would you like to please, yeah, can others hear me? Can others hear me? Please respond. Can most of you hear me? So, Mr. Anil, you might just want to log out.
Yes, Shampa, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. So, Mr. Anil, you might just want to switch off your video once to just to check your internet connectivity. That might help you. Thank you so much for your responses. So, so what happens, as I said, so body, 40% of the blood is gushed to the muscles automatically by body mechanism, because body gets you ready to either fight the situation or you might have to run away. That's the body's flight and fight mechanism. But what is the adverse effect of this? The adverse effect of this is that since the other organs, obviously the blood is not flowing in the normal manner, two things happen. Most of the other organs, starting from the heart to your liver to your stomach to your other places, they get affected in an adverse manner. They do not get the optimal amount of blood in order to cleanse themselves and
Shampa,
function optimally. Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm disturbing you. Please put your mic a little bit lower from your lower lip. Bas,
Is
bas.
this okay?
हाँ, it's
Is
okay.
this okay?
Please carry
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So stress, as I said, is an internal alarm system that prepares your body for action. So what happens, the unseen or the hidden effects of your body, you know, your body does not get enough blood as it is in the stomach. So your digestion goes for a toss. It does not, the brain does not get enough blood in order to function optimally. You get a lot of, headaches. Your body is completely alert because of, your muscles are pumping with blood. The body is alert to feel sleep. Your digestion goes for a toss. Some people get constipation because digestion has gone for a toss. You are not being able, your breath becomes short. Your breath becomes short. So as a result of which you feel breathless and your muscles pain. You feel pain, sudden pain, Your liver starts, the sugar while, because you are depressed, there's a blood pressure increases, uh, you know, uh, your spleen, your pancreas does not function optimally, and as a result of which, uh, you know, uh, your body the organs fail to function optimally, and that are the things that we realize but fail to see. Tell me something. So, as a result of which, what happens? Kindly bear with me. So how does your body react? Can you tell me what happens when you actually feel so stressed? Please use your chat box to answer.
Shampa, there are a lot
Yes,
of
please.
questions which Sandeep here. There are a lot of questions which are coming like rather than anatomy. Let's get ourselves de-stressed by emotional and uh,
Okay, fair enough.
psychological.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. So how does the body react? So, so the body reacts in various ways. So this is important. What happens when you feel stressed? How does your body react? Can you tell me, friends? Use the chat box to respond. How does your body react when you are in stress? Yes. Anxiety, fear, headaches. Yes. Breathless. Yes. Not hungry. You lose your appetite. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So, neck pain, yes. Sweaty palm, feet, excessive sweating, sleeplessness. You feel lethargic, absolutely wonderful. Palpitation, your heart rate increases. Inadvertent behavior, feeling low, depression, sleepy. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we can actually move to the next. Free radicals get released. Absolutely right, Mr. Banerjee. Yeah. So this is all that you have already said. That is how your body reacts. That's the flight and fight mechanism of the body. So can you now my next question to you is that, and a number of you have already responded. What happens to your? Please mute everybody, Shrikant. Please mute everybody, Shrikant. Shrikant, please mute everybody.
Okay.
So friends, can you tell me?
Smita, any questions you have?
That's all. Yeah. So friends, you. So now tell me what happens to us emotionally. What happens to us emotionally when we are stressed? Somebody already answered. We become irritable. Anything else? Can all of you hear me? Yes, you feel sad. Absolutely right. You feel blank. You feel like fighting. You cannot think logically. Dullness. You feel depressed, frustrated, indecisive, feel like crying. So true, so true, so true. You feel like shouting. You cannot get sleep. Very moody, temperamental, negative thoughts, emotions. Amazing audience. Thank you so much for your responses. Yes, cigarette, no energy left, feel low. Yes. Now thank you so much all. Let us go back to the presentation. Angry, irritation, yes. So I've got all you guys are so intelligent and so real lives that you guys are living, all of us are living. So these are things that are actually happening to all of us. We become forgetful, vulnerable, feel like crying, anxiety level goes up, we get angry, we tired, no concentration. So now that we know, and how do we behave? You already said, you've already answered this. You already answered this question that you feel irritable. You shout at people. Some people take to addiction, cigarettes, alcohol. You get disturbed, you avoid. You know, this is one thing nobody said. But yes, I am sure you will agree that you feel like staying alone for some time. But now that we know what happens to us and how we behave, it is also important to understand then what do we do? Then what do we do? There are three magical. The strategy is yes, frustration. Devendra, thank you. So accept, assess, and act. Accept that yes, there is stress. Accept that these times have changed. Accept that we need to accept that this has happened, whatever it is. And of course, it's something that is untoward, and that's why. So accept, yes, this has happened. Assess the situation. When assessing the situation, the easiest way to do is the five. In Bangla, we say, "Ke ki keno kobe kothai." Who has caused this stress? What has caused this stress? Why has this stress happened to me? What can be done about it? How to overcome it? And of course, when you're answering this, the pertinent answers should be concentrated on two locuses. One internal locus and the one external locus. So when you are assessing what is internal locus, that is something that what I need to do in order to change. What is my action? What can I do in order to change the situation or circumstance that has been created with or without me, voluntarily or just it has happened to us, we were not prepared. And secondly, external locus, what can we change in the surroundings? So what can we change? In the normal situation, you say, okay, fine, after this lockdown is over, I'm going to change my job. There's a lot of job cuts as it is. Okay, I will not work anymore. I will do business now. Okay, what will I do? First, I will go for a vacation. So basically, there are changes in the external environment that you want in order to regain or rejuvenate yourself. And thirdly, most importantly, act. Once you have assessed the situation carefully, both from the internal locus, you have answered all the questions and you will find answers on your own. But we need to do that with a calm mind. And then we have to act accordingly, choosing our strength areas, assessing our weakness, assessing our learnability, and what we can do better in order to go up in a revive financial status because we have a lot of responsibilities with us. So changing the circumstance. So how do you change the circumstance? We have done this, okay? We have already discussed this changing the things you can possibly do. Changing the circumstance is something that we have already discussed. The two most common ways, somebody had said we need to be disciplined. during the one of the questions, one of the participants said we need to be disciplined. How? We will talk about that in the subsequent slide. We need to also change the way we are thinking. Okay, we need to train our mind to be positive. And thirdly, change the way that you are responding to situations. We will learn how to do these things in the subsequent slide. So how do we change the circumstance or the situation? First and foremost, at work or at home. And today we are working from home. So important, and it is multitasking at any point in time. So we have to do time management for us. Since I'm not using the time management, it's simply because it's not a time management. But we can understand what we're talking about. So in column 1, if it is unimportant and not urgent, please drop it off for the time being. You can do it. If it is urgent but not that important, find someone, maybe an able team member or a family member who you think can help you complete that particular work for you. And of course, before it goes out, maybe if you're cooking something, or maybe a report that you are making for office, or cooking dinner or lunch at home, the final checking you will be doing before it goes out to be served, or goes out to be assessed or scrutinized, or being assessed. Thirdly, if it is important but not that urgent, you buy time, like we always did as far as time management. And last but not the least, if it is important and urgent, your attention, hands-on, that you need to take care of. So if we can do this, irrespective of whether we are working at home and taking care of multitude of things, starting from our office work and house work, or we are sitting in office when times revive once again, time management absolutely is a must. And this is something I have experienced when I joined my last organization, and I spent 10.5 years. When I joined in my 4.5 years ago, when I became the country lead, I had my job description, which was just half a page. In 3 years' time, my job description became 2.5 page long. So the quantum of work, and only a good to-do list every day, and time management, dropping things off in the fourth quadrant, is something that had miraculously, is it now clear? Miraculously helped me also not just survive but also win a lot of appreciation at work and at home today that we are currently in. Of course, a good time management, if you manage to manage your time better, good time management skills not only alleviates your stress levels, but also helps to make your relationship at work and home better. You're likely to become a role model for family and friends. And that is definitely a reason to smile, because your productivity goes up, energy level goes up. Yes, we will come to more tips. We will come to more tips. Your stress levels go down. Okay, and of course your organization appreciates you because you are accomplishing a lot of tasks at the same time. And of course you will be and thus your relationship at work improves to at home. You will be also, I would also okay, so I would also like to share one example here with you. My time management actually helped and coping with stress. There is something, okay, I will perhaps take it up in the next slide. Yeah. So next situation, another strategy to change the situation, the external locus, is watch your communication. When your communication is not clear or is ambiguous, it leads to a lot of conflict and stress. Let me share with you an example. I, being a trainer all my life, being a great salesperson with a promotion in my bag, And of course, in HR, I always thought that nobody can speak better than me, nobody can communicate better than me. But every year, in my appraisal, one feedback would come: Shampa, manage your communication. You need to work on your communication. And it used to really, really frustrate me. What do I do? I mean, and I am a person who would follow the rule book, who would follow process to the T. But then this is one feedback that kept coming to me. I was a zonal HR. Yes, yes, friends, just a word of caution that we might take another, we are going to need about 30 minutes more in order to wrap up the session, because I will be I will be demonstrating and certain uh, techniques to manage stress live with you, and that will take a little bit of time, and thus I thought let me share this with you in advance. Kindly bear with me if you want to continue with us. Thank you so much. So what happened is that this stress situation, so I was talking about, so then I realized as a zonal HR, I was dealing with associate directors, regional heads, and at the same time, feet on street people. And my juniors, of course, my team members, to whom I could just be blunt and say a no to. Because as an HR, we had to wear a no hat. You would have to say a no to most of the things that sales people would demand, which is obviously not the right thing to do. But then I introspected, and what I did, I stopped saying no, but I presented with them a plan B and a plan C, so that they would actually benefit, and at the same benefit, and it would be useful to business, but at the same time they would not need to deviate from the process and the policies. That I saw over a period of time miraculously helped to gain their confidence. And thus, this is another thing that came from within. So, though my external environment, external locus changed, but the epicenter or the magic actually happened from the internal locus only. So my internal locus helped my introspection, my change in thought process actually led to the change in the situation and made it stress free. So what I learned and I want to share with you is that remember, it's not what do you say, but how you say, and to which audience you are addressing matters. The audience matters, and the way we are communicating to them matters to utmost for your communication to be considered as appropriate and at its best. The third strategy, as I said, is to think differently. How do you do that? Try and train your mind. Try and train your mind to think positive and see positive in everything you do and everything that you experience. I completely understand the situation is completely overpowering, overwhelming at this point in time, with everybody staying at home, lack of personal space, children there, husbands there, wives there, everybody staying together 24 by 7. And there's a lot of cacophony which would otherwise not be there when you are away. You get your space when somebody is in school, somebody is in office, somebody has their space in, and you have space. So please try and train your mind to the positive. It's overwhelming. The negative is in red, blue is in obviously the positive side of it. Let me take one thing at a time. So many things to do at the same time. So please make your to-do list and time management quadrant views to tally up. Let me take one thing at a time. Here she goes again, the boss, or here he goes again, the boss. Levels of stress come. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. There is good stress as well, and this is what good stress is all about. See, bosses are good and bad. Okay, I will not get into the details of it. This is not the session for that. But maybe I can do something differently and let me give it a shot. Or the boss says, how many times have I told you that this will not work? Let me give it another try. And let me give you an example for these two things. My boss, she was an amazing boss, a perfectionist just the way I am. But perfectionism does not help. Give up on perfectionism and माता शंपा का एक वाणी सुन लो. Friends, do the right thing. Don't try to do the job right. That will help you lessen your stress tremendously. Contemplate after the session. You will understand what I'm.
Shampa, Sandeep
Yes.
here. I'm sorry I'm cutting between. We are getting a lot of requests that they can stretch not more than 10 minutes. So please,
That's
can you
fine.
come back to?
Yes,
Can you
yes,
please
we are
come
we are
back to the
almost there.
techniques?
Yes,
मेरा
so you
स्ट्रेस
have
कम
come.
हो जाएगा.
Thank you so
योगा
much.
करा दीजिए प्लीज आज.
योगा नहीं
मैं तो
करवाएंगे,
बैठ.
जो करवाना है वही मैं करवाती हूँ. Yes.
That's great.
So you have understood what I'm talking about. So when you are under tremendous stress, but give it that honest try, you will, and when you finally see the goal being accomplished, so winning an award, an appreciation, an applause, or a promotion for that, when you look back, सब कुछ माफ हो जाता है. All the stress is taken care of. Everything, all fights, all unhappiness is forgotten and forgiven. And train your mind to find happiness in adversity and become stress hardy. That is the most key message that I want to deliver today. One of the key messages. Find happiness in adversity, become stress hardy. Now that we have learned all these things, we need to win over stress. Okay? So how do we do that at work? Be committed. We've discussed it. Be accountable for your work. That yes, if I've taken this, I will deliver it. Be positive. We've already done it. Be accountable. Be clear in your communication and direction. And every day when you are at work, please remember to exercise even at work. Do your stretches, 15 minutes of work after lunch. Absolutely important. I have seen CIOs, CXOs, CAOs, CEOs, CFOs, even they, along with a member of their team or without them, after lunch every day, they go up and down the staircase or they go and take a walk in the corridor. It is so important. Eat well. You matter to you. Remember, you matter to you, so eat well, especially when you are going through stress situation. Avoid eating out. Avoid excessive. So when we are stressed, and a lot of you said caffeine, alcohol, nicotine, cigarettes. That's what we are talking about. It doesn't help you. Please do social drinking. When in a party, you have a happy thing, your celebration, please do the drinking part of it. But avoid excessive, especially when you're stressed. It actually pulls you down. Last but not the least, yes, you can do a glass of wine in winter after dinner. That is fine, maybe. It's an amazing thing to do if you are with your family. Renew
So you are,
yourself with
Shampa, you are acknowledging and Shampa, you are acknowledging and you are suggesting that cigarette is good for health now.
no, I said wine. I repeat, I said wine, a glass of wine in winter after food. Rest as in,
Okay.
yes, Shoma, I am coming to that. So, how to deal with stress? Stress is here to stay. It will be there. It was always there. But how do we deal with it and cohabit? So, refuel your mental reserves over the weekends and beyond. Pick up a hobby. In the last 2.5 months, you would have found something. I am sure. If you have not found it yet, then please search for it. Find something that you are enjoying doing during the day. Please continue to do. Or maybe pick up a hobby that you left in school or a new one that will save your soul. Have one meal during the day with your family. Eat out when times allow. Eat out with family, but not more than once a month. You don't need to do that. It's a regulated life, but it helps. Do small activities with children at home. Children are a bundle of joy. If your children are not children anymore, but they are your friends, please spend time with them, discussing with them, sharing with them. They will also open up to have a wonderful time. And do not forget your gang of friends. Please catch up with them once a month, with or without your spouse, with or without your girlfriend. But do catch up. They are the food for your soul. Now coming to, yes, another, what's the time now? Yes, another 13 minutes and we are good to go. So, I will just put my presentation. I will not share the presentation. I request all of you to sit comfortably. We will learn to refuel your physical reserves. So please sit in a comfortable position. All of you. You can, if you want, you can lie down also. Not now. You can sit in a comfortable position on a chair or on the ground as well. Like, let me go down. Just hold on for a moment. Okay, I prefer sitting on the ground. Yeah. So sit in a comfortable position on a
Shampa.
chair or on the ground. Yes, please. Yeah, Sandeep.
Yes, Mike. Okay.
Yeah. So we will practice some deep breathing methods. Okay. Now, whenever about the deep breathing that we are about to do now, it's a very simple one, but you will need to, whenever you feel stressed, forget stress, whenever you feel anxiety, you feel a sense of fear, you feel paranoid, panic attack, you feel that depression is coming back to you once again, or you feel stressed generally, practice this deep breathing immediately for 15 sets. Okay, for 15 sets. So sit comfortably with your palms open and comfortably placed on your knees. Okay, and just watch me once. So I am leaving the mic, but I'm leaving the mic, but just for a few, I'll just explain. So just watch me do this. So inhale. How do you inhale? Inhale by the count of 4. Hold the breath by the count of 4, and exhale by the count of 4. Request you all to switch on your videos so I can also. So let's begin. Inhale 1, 4. Hold 2, 4. Exhale. Inhale 4. Hold. Exhale. Now please start with me. All of you, please start with me. Sandeep, am I audible now?
Yeah, it is audible now. Please.
Okay, thank you so
Your
much.
instructions are a little bleak now. Please say.
Yeah. So please start. Inhale. Close your eyes and just inhale. Move your hands the way I'm doing. Both your hands, please. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 4. Exhale. Inhale. 3, 4. Hold. 2, 4. Exhale. Inhale. 4. Hold. 3, 4. Inhale, hold, hold, breathe, hold, exhale. Take a deep breath, take a deep, long breath, and exhale. Once more, take a deep, long breath and exhale. Keep your eyes closed and continue breathing normally. Breathing by taking a deep, long breath and exhale. Keep your eyes closed and slowly take your attention to your forehead. We are going to do the second kind of breathing. The first kind of breathing, please continue breathing and listen to my instructions. The first set of breathing that I did, I showed you. See, आपको दिन में 3 बार करना है, 15 sets each. Whenever you feel stressed, panic attack, anxiety, fear, please do it. This will help to normalize your blood flow in your system, and that will help to the blood to cleanse all your organs and help them function optimally, and thus prevent various kinds of diseases that we spoke about earlier. This is the second kind of exercise, breathing exercise. It is called relaxing the stress collectors. A number of you told me that pain, muscles ache,
Little above.
various parts of your body aches when in stress. So we will have to relax the stress collecting parts of the body, and this is how we do it. So take a deep, long breath. Bring your attention to your forehead and tense your forehead. Tense your forehead. Tense your forehead. And relax. Bring both your hands and hold your head from both the sides. Hold your head from both the sides. You can open your eyes and look at me once. Hold your head from both the sides, like the way I'm doing. Press it, press it, press it. Hold it for 1, 2, 3, and release. Can you do it once more with me? Just press your head from both the sides. Press it, press it. Hold it for 5 counts. Bring your palms down to your knee. Open your palms and keep them on your knees. Keep your eyes closed. And now tense your neck muscles. Just tense your neck muscles. Tense. Hold it. Tense. Tense. And relax. Now tense your right shoulder muscle. Tense your right shoulder muscle. Tense your right shoulder muscle. And relax. Now tense your left shoulder muscle. Left shoulder muscle. Tense, 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 tense. And relax. Tense your back. Tense your upper back. Tense your upper back. Tense your upper back. Your whole upper back. Tense it. Tense it. Tense it. It will shake. And then relax. While doing this, keep breathing. Take long, deep breaths and exhale slowly. Now tense your right upper arm. Tense your right upper arm. tense, 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 and relax. Tense your, just make a fist and tense your right lower arm. Tense your fist and clench your fist and tense your right lower arm and relax. Now tense your left upper arm. Tense your left upper arm. Tense, tense, and then relax. Clench your fist and tense your left lower arm. Tense, 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 and relax. Now tense your right chest muscles. Tense your right chest muscle. Tense, tense your right chest muscle and relax. Tense your left chest muscle. Tense, 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 and relax. Tense your stomach muscles. Pull your stomach inside. Pull your stomach inside and hold it. Tense, tense, and relax. Tense your abdominal muscles. Tense, tense, and relax. Tense your hips. Tense your right hip. Tense, tense, and relax. Tense your left hip. Tense, tense, and relax. If you're sitting on the chair, you can do it normally. But if you're sitting on the ground, please stretch your legs and tense your right upper thigh. Tense it, and relax. Tense your left upper thigh. Tense, tense, and relax. Tense your right calf muscle. Tense, 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 and tense your left calf muscle. Tense your right foot and your right toes. Tense, 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 and relax. Tense your left foot and left toes. Tense, and relax. Keep breathing normally in the stillness of your existence. This exercise you can do by lying down also. It helps to relax every part of the body and helps to sleep as well. The next relaxation technique, which is an excellent technique that helps to sleep, that helps you to go to sleep, it's called the humming meditation. It's called the humming meditation. Please listen to me once. It's very simple. Please listen to me once. Keep your eyes closed. And the moment you pick up the thread, you can just start with me. Just listen to me once first. Humming meditation. The third technique. You can do this by lying down as well, with your eyes closed. This is how it goes. Please start with me. Shrikant, please unmute everybody. Please do this humming meditation with me. Please unmute your mics. Keep your eyes closed. Sit in a comfortable position where you can lie down as well. So let's begin. Please unmute everyone. Okay, okay, let's go. This is another and this that for at least
Shampa, mic, please.
1 second. Very
Shampa, mic, please.
This is something that needs to be practiced for at least 15 sets at any point in time, especially when you are going to sleep. This really helps put you to sleep. And this is something you can do with all members of your family as well. There is something called Yog Nidra, which can, and you can pick up any, there are a lot of Yog Nidra techniques available on YouTube. You can pick it up from there. Learn relaxation techniques. Please pick up any of one exercise, yoga, dance, Zumba, swimming, or something that you can do at home. Swimming you can't at this moment, but at least yoga, dance, Zumba, anything that you can pick it up, that really helps. Laugh out loud. Learn laughter yoga. Laugh with your family, with your children. Maybe if we can do a laughter yoga session also in case you guys want to learn about it. But please learn and laugh with your family. That really helps. The oxytocin
Shampa.
hormones. Yep.
Yes, Sandeep and Shampa. Shampa, thank you so much for all the techniques, and I think people will definitely use that. There are a couple of questions which are coming from the participants' point of view. Please address those. Five. I've only allowed 5 questions.
I would like to thank Shampa. I have to leave. It was a wonderful session, Shampa. This is Vivek Singh. Thank you.
So much. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you for joining. Yes,
Yes,
question. Sandeep, the questions.
I would allow.
Sampa, Somit, this side.
Yes, please.
I mean, this session is very wonderful. But मेरा क्वेश्चन है, मैं बहुत सारी चीजों में देखता हूँ, मैं भी स्ट्रेस में आ जाता हूँ. मैं एक चीज देखता हूँ, आपने बोला बी पॉजिटिव, है ना? मैं एक क्वेश्चन है कि जब आदमी स्ट्रेस में होता है या एडवर्स सिचुएशन में होता है, हाउ कैन ही थिंक पॉजिटिव? How can he see happiness around his or her? It is very easy to say, but
Absolutely
how
right.
to implement? मतलब उसको
Absolutely right.
एक्ट में लाएं, ये कैसे ला सकते हैं? वो I want to know the process.
Shome sir, let me phrase your question. Shampa, his question is that कि बार-बार बी पॉजिटिव बोलते हैं, बट जो आदमी खुद इतना डल होता है, इतना दुखी होता है, वो कैसे पॉजिटिविटी में अपने आप को स्विच उस क्वाड्रेंट में कैसे ला सकता है? This is the big question, I think, suppose, isn't it?
This is the
Thank you, Shampa, please.
Great question. It's a great question. So, be positive is not the way to look at it, Sumit. Sumit, my answer is we have to train our mind to see positivity. For example, you see, what should I say? You see a glass half full of water, or you see a glass half empty water. I mean, आधा glass भरा हुआ है या आधा glass खाली है. A lot of people will say the glass is half full. A lot of people will say, which is a positive way to look at it. But a lot of people will say the glass is half empty, which is a negative way to look at it. अगर आप देखोगे, see, you have to train. For example, at this moment, most of the trainers, I have been talking to a lot of senior trainers and looking for work, and they said that Chamba, let things normalize. तब जाके काम की बात करना, right? So how do I look at positivity in this kind of a situation? I have not been earning any money, but I'm still positive. How?
So you want to sum up that the willpower should be stronger. We should just keep on pumping our willpower and dedication that yes, the things will be come up. Things will be come right.
Absolutely right.
I would say I would put it in a single line: fake it till you make it. So Shampa has done a wonderful job, but the question is still valid. How can I be positive? Yes, you have to try to be positive, and then you will become positive. That's the only way. Otherwise, we as trainers fail generally.
Absolutely, fake it till you make it, and this is what I did after yoga as well.
Yeah, your one liner is very good. Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it, yes. But at the same time, I can also understand, Sumit, that if you are not being able to do it alone, you need to talk to someone. The green portion of this slide, you need to talk to someone. You need to seek help as well, right? Help does not mean something that is bad, but yes, talk to someone you trust, and I am sure that will help, because sometimes आपके अंदर इतना negativity, इतना frustration, इतना stress, इतना depression भरे होते हैं that you need to throw it out of your system. You need not require an answer, but you need to speak it out. So find someone that you can talk to. I am sure you're going to feel better. Because Sumit, remember one thing. जो भी ocean and sea आपने देखे होंगे पिक्चर में या लाइव यू हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड एन ओशन, जितने भी वेव्स है, जितने भी डिस्टर्बेंस है, जितनी भी नेगेटिविटी है, डिस्ट्रक्शन है, सब ऊपर में है. एकदम डीप डाउन जाके देखिए, सब शांत है वहां पे. एंड क्रिएटिविटी और पॉजिटिविटी will have to come from that internal locus of yours, which I am sure is beautiful, and you will also be able to do it. And as our friend said, fake it till you make it. I am sure you will also be able to do it. That's all I can say at this point in time.
Thank you, Sampa.
Most welcome.
So much, Shampa. Thank you.
Shampa, I have requested participants to ask a question. 5 questions were allowed. 1 question have been asked, and if there any other question, please you may put forward, participants, or else we may go to sum up.
Most welcome, Tanvi. Do put your feedbacks as well in the chat box. It would be wonderful to hear from you. Any other question from anybody? Initially, there were, participants who said that they may have questions not answered.
Okay, so no question means good understanding. Shampa, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All the best.
So your last line says, life is what you make it. Always has been, always will be.
Absolutely. And and people like me, who has found positivity in adversity, my motto in life that is that I am happy not because I don't laugh because I am happy. I am happy because I laugh. So just as our friend said, fake it till you make it. You will see the change in you over a period of time, and you will amaze yourself. If not today, then tomorrow for sure is a brighter day than today. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That's great, Shampa. It was a great session, and hope everyone will be benefited from this session. Thank you so much, and we'll be coming with new sessions and new topics. The session, huh?
Shampa. Thank you, Shampa.
Thank you, Shampa, and thank you, Rajat.
Rajat, thank you so much.
Thank you, team. Thank you, team Honeybee. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Thank you, Shampa.
Thanks to all of you. Just one thing to add up. Please
please give your feedback on the facilitator group. And any of you, if they are not in the best facilitator group, may please write to us. We will include you in the best facilitator group. So thanks to everyone. Thanks to Sampa. It was a wonderful. It was absolutely different from any other session. That much I can tell you.
Yeah, it was very different. Very different. That is
Yes. 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 And we had a great participant. We went up to 70 participants. The lot of people showed interest here in this session. So look forward tomorrow. We have a wonderful session. Please join. So ending the meeting now.
Thanks, Rajat.